we're talking about if the man, we always talk about if the man doesn't want the kid and the woman wants the kid. What if it's the other way around and the man wants the kid and the woman doesn't want the kid? That's what I want to talk about.
I think it's wild that the man has no say at all in whether that child is born or not. Like, if
I've been in that situation.
So, yeah, or you've been, it's wild. Like, if I'm saying I'll take care of that kid, and you're still having an abortion, and she can do this even when you're married. Like, it's wild. It's wild.
I think, I mean, I don't think abortion should be legal.
Right.
So if it was up to me, that would be a legal procedure. What do you guys think? Do you think men should have a say in abortion?
In the ideal world, it would be great to have 50-50 with that, but
once you abort, like if a guy wants the baby, right? If the guy wants the baby, once you abort, if you two are together, for instance, right? And you say, do you know what? I know we're together, but I don't want this child. Does he have a right to just leave you after that? Do you think he should just be like, all right, bye?
That's a big thing, you know. That's the same as like marriage. If he wants to get married and you didn't, right at that point in time, and you say like I'm not ready, he can still leave. Yeah, you know. I think
because what's he supposed to do? Like go to the abortion clinic with you to kill his child?
At the same time, I do think women have to carry the baby. It changes their body. It changes, you know, the hormones going in their brain, in their blood. So I do think at the end of the day, it does come down to the woman, but I definitely think that's why we need to be so careful in choosing the people we sleep with, because it should be a decision that both of you make together.
Right.
Although it is in the woman's body and everything, and ultimately it does come down to her, we need to be careful who we're sleeping with so these issues don't arise, you know, and talk about it beforehand.
I think the question off camera is a good one because we're getting to the point now where you get the conflation between what men and women can actually do with their bodies versus what we think is morally right.
Right.
So for me...
You're talking about that grey area.
The grey bit, that massive grey area that we're talking about. See, because the way I see it is that what you've just said there is spot on, it's your body. So therefore, I'm on the side of if you don't want the child, then maybe at that point would be the woman's decision. Because she has to go through something that men can never go through.
Right.
So the constant pursuit of equality in society, this is where it gets messed up because we're not equal.
But is it her body?
We cannot give birth as men. So therefore, if the conversation is the woman wants to have the child because you're the incubator, but the man doesn't want it, I think that is a separate debate versus the same question in reverse, because the physical the physicality of actually having a baby is so different.
But it's not her body. It's the kid's body. It's a unique DNA sequence that's unique from the mother and the father's, from the moment of conception.
I understand that, but I was just answering the question.
So you think she should have the right?
Wait.
So you think she should have full control?
I didn't say full control, but I think if there is a case where she doesn't want to have the child, this is where it gets so grey. I actually feel like if she doesn't want to have the child, then she should have the right to say that she doesn't want to have the child. But if she does and you don't, that's a different question because we're not, men and women are different.
But this is what I was wanting to ask earlier. Like, you know, is playing devil's advocate, is it her child? Oh, sorry, is it her body? Because, you know, if she was, let's say the baby was a boy, would you now say she has a dick? You know, I doubt you would, because it's not her body, if that makes sense.
No, but it's her body that's carrying the baby.
Yes, but you're still...
We understand what you're getting at, but it's like, say for example, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm carrying the baby. So if I don't want to go through the physical changes, I have the right to say, not that I agree with abortion.
But you can do that at 8 months. You can change your mind at 8 months.
But it's a different...
Why is it different? What makes it different?
The process and the chemicals that
but
we have to go
in some states in America, you're still allowed to make that decision.
Well, here you're allowed to up to 6 months, which is crazy because the earliest baby that survived from giving birth is 21 weeks and it's legal at 24. So a baby that's survived on its own at 21 weeks and at 24, they can still abort it.
And that's what I'm saying, because at what point does it stop being, oh, this is my body, my choice?
Yeah, because if the argument is my body, my choice, then you should be able to abort up to 9 months.
Exactly.
Which in certain places in America, they were actually advocating for.
Yeah, I mean, there's even places in America. I mean, a senator got caught talking about how if a woman has an abortion and the baby survives, that they can't give that baby medical treatment.
Yeah.
Like a senator got caught, and Planned Parenthood also got caught selling body parts of children to research clinics.
Yes, they did. Wow.
But nobody ever cares about that or talks about that.
They don't.
I got a solution for all this. If the woman doesn't want to have the child, then I'll take the child away every day. That's what I do with all my children. I said, if you don't want to have the child, I'll take it full time and you don't have to have anything to do with it. That's
But what are you going to do about the 9 months before?
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say.
Their whole 9 months, that's almost a year of her life.
But again,
That
it's,
she
it's,
has to.
But
it's the same argument you make for men who have children they don't want. It's like you decided to have sex.
You know?
One at a time.
Sorry.
Go on. No, you
But
were
for,
speaking.
for 18 years, I have to look after the kid.
Which is why it should be a choice between the both of you.
Right. So, but I'm saying when we're making a choice, we're making a choice of casual sex. We're not making a choice of having a baby every time. Not every time you have casual sex, you have the choice. I mean, not every time you have casual sex, you want to have a baby, right? Because you're not a virgin and you haven't got a child. So that means you're allowed to have the choice whether or not you're allowed to have casual sex as a woman. As a man, we should be able to have casual sex without the chance of you getting pregnant, especially when there's so many contraceptions for you to not get pregnant even after the baby's been conceived. No one's saying for you to wait 6 months. There's a more than after pill. There's a 3-day pill. There's different ways. And I'm saying this to say, if we had more of a choice, maybe it would be more fairer.
Okay, but respectfully, there are also male contraceptive.
Yes.
So if you want to have casual sex, take a male contraceptive.
They're
They're not readily available at this point. Male contraceptive.
Can I ask a question about
the
what
only thing
sorry.
that's available is a condom, but girls can still steal those. The NBA has issued statements to NBA players saying to flush your condoms because women were stealing them.